Good question. Our memory is extremely complex and more than a little mysterious, and it makes us who we are. But if we had the option to remove certain memories, that is, delete them forever, would that be a good thing? In the future, will we be able to erase the past?
In animal studies, we know that memory is laid down as short-term storage and then consolidated into long-term, more permanent memory. The fascinating thing is if you access those long-term old memories, the memory becomes fluid again and susceptible to modification. Now, in humans, the way it would work is that you get an individual to relive an old memory, almost certainly an unpleasant memory, and then give them a medication to interfere with the restorage of that. The application of this sort of technology would be in conditions such as post-traumatic stress disorder. What if normal people, or people who had an unpleasant memory for a good reason, do we want them to lose that memory permanently?
Memory erasing drugs are being designed to combat serious medical conditions. But in years to come, will an embarrassing moment, a regretful mistake, or an uncomfortable situation be enough to prompt us to pop a pill to forget?
I think the bigger ethical question is whether it's okay to remove someone's bad experience from their memory, even if that created a vital learning opportunity for them. And is it okay to remove someone's memory to give them an advantage in sport or business or love? And let's take the concept a step further. What does it mean about selectively erasing someone's memory for government applications? So they capture someone they believe to be a terrorist. Is it okay to force them to take a drug in order to forget the instructions they've been given about some particular job they have to carry out? And think of a criminal taking one of these drugs so they forget some of their criminal activities. They'd be interviewed by police, they might take a lie detector test, and they would pass.
So if we can modify memory, will we be able to enhance our memory and intelligence?
We've isolated some compounds from the brain which can dramatically accelerate learning and memory in animal models. So that an animal given one injection of one of these type of compounds can learn a spatial learning task in half the time that control animals do. They're not suitable to be drugs in humans yet, but we're working to develop compounds based on them that will be. These compounds would have quite widespread application in memory disorders, such as occurs in Alzheimer's disease. What about normal people? You can imagine kids wanting to use these to boost exam results and so on, and that raises a whole lot of ethical questions which we'd need to deal with.
So in the future, how intelligent are we going to get?
Well, each generation is going to be substantially smarter IQ-wise than the one before it. But will that be a result of drugs or information sharing, or will it be our very physiology that's changing? In the past 20 years, scientists, aided by advances in computing and brain scans, have come to understand the very workings of our brains. And this knowledge is going to be used to enable the creation of super minds. We'll have smarter technologies, but that's going to create smarter problems that are going to be even more difficult to solve.
The human race has never been content to rest on its laurels. By nature, we want to make ourselves better. So cosmetic neurology should come as no surprise to anyone. But there's many ethical questions, especially when it comes to deleting memory. Aren't our darkest memories some of our greatest teachers? If we erase memories, would we be interfering with history? Think about the social obligations that we have to record the past, to remember atrocities such as the Nazi Holocaust, and to ensure that history doesn't repeat itself.